Great session yesterday. Just to recap on the work that we did, we can see here that on the top right portion of the screen, this was your set-up position at the start of your session. We've got a tremendous amount of tilt in the shoulders at set-up, with the spine angling away from the target quite a lot, and this right knee kicking in. This is brought about largely from the fact that you played a lot of golf with the ball too far forward in your stance a season or so ago, and as a result you're looking for that getting behind it position at setup. The problem is with this is you've just made it very easy to get the club working inside and flat, and also you hitting the ground behind the golf ball. So what happens from there is the club works inside and flat, and then we've got to try and dip forward. Now you can see the knees start driving forward, you start to lose height in an attempt to get back on top of the golf ball, and you can see there that the spine is much more upright than it was at address. Unfortunately we're doing that at speed, and on this occasion you dig the club in the ground a little bit behind the golf ball. So those where the problems lie. What we would want to see is a little bit more like we see here with Charlie Wee on the left hand side of your screen. A little bit more level with the shoulders, not level but a little bit more level, but certainly much more upright in his spine. You can see with the zipper on his shirt there that the centre of the body, the sternum, and the centre of the hips, if you will, your belt buckle, are nicely lined up with one another, and you can see that to provide a stable platform, his knees are very much over the top of his ankles. So he's flexing his knees outwards rather than inwards. This allows him to make a very centred turn during the backswing with a very stable looking lower body. You can see there, Charlie Wee works on stack and tilt, so if anything there's a little bit of a move towards the target, but certainly more centred than yourself. With that amount of stability, he's just made it very easy now to make sure that he strikes the ball solidly every single time he makes a swing. So the drill we gave you to get a feel for that was to first of all stand up with the club out in front of you. You can see now that the shoulder angle now is much more level, and the sternum and the belt buckle are much more in line with one another. From there we're going to flex the knees outwards so that they go over the feet or over the ankles, and then from that good solid position just lower ourselves down to the golf ball. And if we just get rid of the lines there now, you can see compared to the setup above, you're much more centred, much more over the top of the golf ball, and those knees and lower body are looking much more stable. From that position, however, there's a tendency to just, as you start your backswing, just go looking for the position that you're comfortable with, and just before you pull the trigger, you can see the right knee kicks in and everything just sort of rocks back. So we've just got to try and get rid of that little kick in of the right knee to try and give you that tilt away from the target in your spine that you're so used to feeling. So that's more the position we're looking for at address, and the more often you can get in that position, the more familiar you're going to become with it. From there we can make a nice centred backswing and go at the ball nice and aggressively without the fear of it starting too far right. Good luck with it, and speak to you again in a couple of weeks time. Well done.